Hey, what will 2021 bring us? We'll let you know up next on Geek Out SA.
Do not attempt to adjust your YouTube video. We control the stream.
And we're live.
And welcome back to Geek Out SA. It's Friday and we're having fun.
Is it this thing?
No, it's the first one.
It's not working. You're not working.
So Vincent's gonna listen to the sound and make sure, because Stuart thinks Vincent's not working, and I'm gonna be in charge of the show. So guess who's in charge today? Me, people. And it's Friday, and we're back. So Vincent and I we celebrated our 21st anniversary yesterday. We've been married for 21 years. And we were going to perhaps do something and like go on a trip or something for our anniversary this weekend, but life happened and COVID happened, and so we decided not to. So we decided to be here with you guys instead. So we are going to tell you. We told you last week what we wanted for our geeky Christmas, but now that 2021 is just about upon
You're
us,
not hearing her.
you can't hear me.
Well, you're hearing you on my mic.
You sure? No, I can't hear you.
Yeah,
No.
I'm good.
Okay, you speak.
Yeah, I can hear me.
Okay.
And it sounds like I'm hearing you over on my mic.
I think that's a normal thing. Maybe my headphone's not working.
So go ahead, Vincent. Continue. So now Vincent's going to take over now because we can hear him. We just wanted to make sure we could hear Vincent.
Yeah.
You can always hear me no matter whose mic is on.
We don't
you
even
don't worry
need a
about
mic.
calling. I don't even need a microphone.
We don't even need the sound.
We have Fulgor watching. It says, "Hey guys, good evening."
Hey,
so thanks for watching. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Tell us how the sound sounds, full girl. Are we good?
So
So our anniversary.
So our anniversary, yeah.
And now we're here.
And now we're here.
And now we're going to tell people. We told people what we wanted last week for Christmas.
Right.
Now we're going to tell everybody what 2021 has to bring to us.
Yeah. So, and
it's all coming from Disney.
And it's all coming from Disney. Yeah. So Disney made an announcement yesterday. It was at an investors meeting. Everything, I can hear both of you, but a little ringing in the background.
Okay, it's probably because I'm talking too loud because I'm overly excited. So if I talk in a normal timbre, let's see if that fixes the ringing.
We don't ever talk in a normal timbre. So there's a ton of things happening in with Marvel. There's a ton of stuff happening with Star Wars. There's some movies that are going to be released, not in 2021. So it takes longer to...
So when I was looking at all the things that are going to be released, it's more and more and more and more they're turning these things into series rather than have them be movies, have them be this standalone movie. And
right.
I wonder, a lot of the times we feel like the movies are kind of like choppy or missing things. And I wonder if it's because these directors all this time have wanted to tell these big epic stories, and they can't because they have this 2-hour timeline.
Right.
But now that they can give series, and movies seem to be, I don't know if I want to say that they're dying. They're kind of dying. They're kind of petering out a little bit. I think we're going to start seeing some more of these series, because I thought, like, some of the things that I saw that are now going to be series, I thought that was going to be a movie, and now they're going to be series.
Right.
So.
Well, like which one?
Well, I could have sworn that the WandaVision one. I don't know why I was thinking the
WandaVision. No, WandaVision was always going to be a series. Always going to
be
a series.
I don't know why.
But they've been talking about this for like a while, 2 years now.
Yeah.
And that's one of the ones that's on the list that they're talking about. But I was like, oh, well, yeah, big whoop, we knew this was coming. But we know it's coming next year.
Well, and there was
I think it's released on January 15th.
Today, I saw people talking about it, but I haven't had a chance to see the trailer. Unfortunately, it's the end of the 9 weeks for me, so I'm doing all my
Mhm.
grading and stuff, so I don't get to keep up with my geeky stuff as much as I like to when it's like crunch time for teachers. And we've had a death in the family, so we've had kind of like stuff going on, so I
Mhm.
haven't been able to really watch the trailer, but I hear it's very good.
Right.
I hope it lives up to the hype. Um, it looks like it could be fun. Now, I've never read the Scarlet Witch comic series, so, but it says that
Supposedly,
this
because I don't really read it, but supposedly she's like one of the most powerful uh,
Marvel characters.
Marvel characters
So
because she could do anything.
I'll be interested to see it, and I like that they're taking this like kind of I Love Lucy kind of play on it and
Yeah.
stuff. So that looks like something that would be fun, kind of a throwback to that kind of like dynamic interaction. That was one of the
Mhm.
things that I really really enjoyed about Agent Carter. Just like lost it for just a minute, lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that kind of throwback to that era kind of feeling, and it's one of the things that I kind of love about Wonder Woman too. Is you feel that feeling of how long they've been around
Mhm.
because they're special, and they still carry themselves with kind of a grace and an elegance from that kind of time period and stuff. And
Right.
so I like that kind
So
of genre.
talking about Agent Carter or Peggy Carter, um, there is a what if animated series that's coming up. That one of the things in there is uh, if Peggy Carter actually became the super soldier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, rather than Captain America. Just got a British symbol on the British flag on the.
Really?
Yeah.
How cute. What does the animation look like on that? Because
Uh,
I've been much more impressed with DC's animated shows than I have Marvel's necessarily. So how do you think the animation looks as far
the
as
animation looks good. It looks kind of like Clone Wars.
Oh, okay. Okay. I like that type of
Mm-hmm.
like I don't even know how to describe that style anime CGI mix. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
that's the way I think of it. So, and I'm usually down for anything that's animated. I think especially if they took some tips from Clone Wars because Clone Wars did such a good job with giving us an animated series
Yeah.
that was good enough for the adults and for the kids to watch.
And funny that we kind of mentioned Clone Wars because they're coming out with. They're coming out and Star Wars. They're coming out with the what is it called, the Bad Bunch that was in the Clone Wars.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember the?
Yes. Yes. So they're
So the
getting
Bad
their own
Bunch, they're gonna have
spin-off.
their own spin-off.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So that'll be kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I think it's like before.
I very much liked that animation and that style of storytelling a lot more than and even Rebels was okay, but what was the other one that Disney did? The other Star Wars one. Or was it Rebels that I didn't really like the animation at first? No,
Oh.
not Rebels, the other. You know what I'm talking about?
The Resistance.
Resistance, yeah,
Yeah.
I did not like that. I did not like that style of storytelling or that animation. So, um, I had a hard time getting into that storyline because of that. So do you think? I mean, it looked like the Disney stuff was more heavy in shows.
Yeah, it's more heavy in shows. Like we haven't even finished with Marvel. Marvel has a Loki series that's coming on. That's going to release in May of 2021. Also, there is a Hawkeye
And
series.
the Loki is the same actor, right? That was in the movies.
Yeah.
So, because I saw some pictures.
It's Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, I saw some pictures, and he's there, you know, with his horns and everything, looking very mischievous. He just has that look on his face, right? He has that very good mischievous Loki, like I'm about to stir mess up kind of look on his face. So I've always liked him as a character, so it'll be nice to see him continue to play that even in a series.
Yeah, there's also going to be an upcoming series called Ironheart, which is an engineer that creates another like
Like a
Iron
Tony
Man
Stark
type of suit. So
It'll be interesting.
that'll be interesting to see.
To see which ones flourish and which ones flop, because I really, really enjoyed Daredevil on Netflix. Super great. I thought they did a really good job. Didn't really prefer Jessica Jones. Could have done without it. Luke Cage, I could have done without it. The Iron Fist, really could have done without that one. So I think it just depends on. But then I liked Gotham, and a lot of people could
Yeah,
have
but
done
did
without
you
that.
like Punisher? Punisher was good.
Liked Punisher. So again, it's like
I think it's this kind of the
it's
story.
the dynamic, it's the story, and the dynamic of the actors too.
Well, the good thing is the Daredevil actor is coming to the big screen in the Marvel Universe as Daredevil, supposedly.
Really, that'll be nice. I would believe. Yeah, I could watch that. I believe I could watch that. And I think sometimes that's what it is. It's the chemistry and stuff. Because not to get away from Disney, but Disney's not the only thing out there.
You sure?
But I know, right? But when we watched Fear the Walking Dead at first, I really hated Fear the Walking Dead. I didn't like the dynamic of the actors. I didn't like the storyline. Vincent stuck with it. He's been watching it the whole time. So this most recent season that I'm watching with him, I am finding that I'm actually kind of drawn to this, and I actually kind of like it a little bit.
But they got rid of the majority of the actors they hated.
Right, they got.
There.
That's what I was about to say. They got rid of the. They got rid of the majority of the people that just didn't seem to fit.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes actors just don't fit. They just don't work. And so until you find that dynamic of who works, it's not the same. Because I can look back and think about watching The Flash back in the day, and
Right.
okay, it was pretty good. But there is something about the dynamic of the actors that they just happened to find and pick this time to be in The Flash, and the characters that they chose and everything that really makes that show dynamic and makes me want to watch that show. So I think that it's important, and I think that it's hard. It's nice that they're taking actors, and they're able to take some of these actors nowadays and pay them, I guess, enough so that they'll come back, that they'll transition from movie screen to television screen. I don't think it's as big of a, it used to be kind of a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Movie screen actors didn't do TV.
So I don't think a lot of the other stuff that Marvel's doing right now is going to be coming out in next year.
Yeah, no.
So they didn't really talk about that, but they're mentioning a lot of fringe characters that they're doing, either movies or a series on. We have Moon Knight, we have She-Hulk, we have Miss Marvel.
But those are all for 2022, right?
It doesn't say when. It doesn't say when yet.
I think those are further out. I think.
So that's why I don't know when it's coming out.
Yeah.
They're also in 2022 they're having a new Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Yeah.
So let's see what comes out of
that.
That's coming in before Volume 3.
Yeah.
So we'll see what comes out
and
of
then
that.
when I know they're also going to, or they've been talking about doing a new Black Panther. They're not going to recast T'Challa. They're not going to do that to Chadwick Boseman. They're going to do a storyline where he's removed. However they do that. But is that not coming out till 2022?
That's not coming out till 2022.
Yeah.
But another thing on that, the What If thing has T'Challa in there as a child, and the What If is if he becomes who is it? Star from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Star-Lord?
Star-Lord.
Really?
What if he became Star-Lord?
Well, he's very much more serious than he is, and there'd be a very different dynamic, I think. That'd be an interesting look, because it'd be very different. There's something very goofy, Guardians of the Galaxy are the loser goofballs.
Just
right?
looking at it, I was like, what would Peggy Carter be like as...
But Peggy Carter has poise, and she could be a good... I could see
But can
her
she
being
make
the
a good
Winter
Captain America?
Yeah, I think she could. Well, she's not Captain America. She'd be Captain Britain or whatever.
Yeah.
um,
Lieutenant Britain or
Lieutenant
something.
Britain. But I think she could. I think she's believable in that. But the Guardians of the Galaxy are kind of like the losers of like whenever you know that movie that I really love, Honey, The Little Giants, where it's all the little loser kids and they come together and have a football team or whatever. That's what the Guardians of the Galaxy always reminds me of. Like they're the little loser football team that like nobody wants to coach them or whatever, and they come together and kind of like lift each other up, and they become like the rejects of the universe
Fulber
team.
says, this is going back a little ways, I like how they're connecting WandaVision to the Spider-Man and Doctor Strange movies.
Oh yeah. Me
Which
too.
is interesting. I found out a lot of information that recently was released today about Spider-Man, because today they found out that Tobey Maguire was being fitted for a suit.
For like a cameo in.
I think he's going to have more than a cameo because he finally agreed to it.
I liked him as Spider-Man.
He was a good Spider. I thought he was a good Spider-Man. Yeah.
And I liked him as Peter Parker. He was just so.
I think they picked really good actors for Spider-Man all the way through.
Well, the cute little new one with Tom Holland, is that his name? Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
He's really good. He plays that like I want to be a superhero, but I'm really scared, and I'm really nervous, and I'm really young, and like I'm kind of a spaz, and I'm really smart, and I don't know. He's just really good at that.
He plays a spaz really well.
Yeah, he does. He plays a spaz really well, and I really like his Spider-Man. I think his Spider-Man is really great. I liked Tobey because Tobey was the first one. I will never. There are certain scenes in movies that you always remember, right? And the one where he does the webs and he stops the car,
the L train,
and then they all hold him. For me, that's like one of those epic movie scenes where it really touched you, and the actor was so good in it.
And it was so good that they put it in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they put that scene, a brief scene in there, animated,
right,
to kind of show the different Spider-Verses.
Dancing Spider-Man, but
well, yeah, they put that too.
But still, I think that there are just sometimes there's those moments in films, and an actor really brings that moment to life. And so for me, I think that's why I still have that connection to Tobey Maguire being Spider-Man, which is nice. Which is why it's nice to see some of these actors that are on the film screen get to come, like I was saying, to the smaller screen, because you've already made that connection to them.
Yeah.
And so, like, I would have a hard time with Thor.
From what I hear, they're gonna really try to kind of intermingle the movies and the shows.
Well, I think they're playing it both ways because they don't know whether they're going to get movie revenue back next year.
Well, and so like another, as far as like a fangirl, like a geek girl, I know that people hated Star Wars 1, 2, and 3. I did not hate Star Wars 1, 2, and 3. I actually loved them. And one of the reasons why I loved them was Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan is like the everything for me, okay? I love Ewan McGregor as it is, but him as Obi-Wan and like...
We'll get to it.
But
we'll get to it.
So
we'll get to
it's
it.
the one I want the most.
Yes, we'll get to it. We're almost there. So, Marvel Studios is actually developing a new Fantastic Four.
Nobody cares. It's gonna suck. They always do. Just give it up. Just quit. Just stop. Just put that one in the vault. We miss Stan Lee. We love him. We know. Put it in the vault. It's done.
They can do it right.
They'll never get it right. There's some kind of curse. There's a Fantastic Four curse that will never allow this to be successful.
I think they can do it.
I'm telling you, it's cursed.
I think they can do it.
I'm telling you, there's some kind of voodoo magic.
I think Disney can do it.
Voodoo magic.
So moving on, now going on to Star Wars.
No, now you hurt my
happening with Star Wars.
Let me talk about Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan is going to be so much. And it's going to be called Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Well, duh, that's who he is.
Yeah. But I figured they would just call it Kenobi.
It'll be fun. It'll be him just ranting at sand people for 10 episodes.
Well, apparently in this one, Hayden Christensen is supposed to come back as Darth Vader.
I saw that too.
So I wonder how they're going to do that, because this comes in before A New Hope. This is when he starts first living in Tatooine.
So yeah, so it's gonna have to. I mean, I'm assuming they're gonna take us from. Here's these twins. Ben's in charge, right? Obi-Wan's in charge. He's got to find a place for them. He gets Leia to this place. He gets Luke to this place.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to check on him every once in a while, right? And then he's got to run interference with Anakin, who's still like freshly Darth Vader, right? Angry, taking everything out on everyone because he's lost his limbs, he's lost his best friend, he's lost his wife. So I hope that they, in the beginning of the series, that Darth Vader kind of has a big, because their lives were pretty intertwined,
Mm-hmm.
and we've seen, their dynamic in the Clone Wars now too, like really, really working side by side. Like, I think it makes the impact of the scene where he's like, you were like my brother, and he cuts him down. The Clone Wars makes that even more impactful. So I think we have to see some time for Ben to mourn too, and to think about everything that's gone on with the Clone Wars. We're gonna see some of the stuff. I wonder if they're gonna give us live action versions of some of the clones that he worked really closely with, because they were pretty close with I can't remember that clone's name, but you know what I'm talking about. In the Clone Wars, they were kind of close with that clone, that kind of their battalion, their squadron, and everything. And so I'm wondering if they're going to get some parts in this too, in the live action, and who are they going to cast for that and stuff. So I can just there's so many things I could foresee being a part of this show, and making some really good connections and tie-togethers for us, so that I could see it being kind of an emotional show. So I'm very excited for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then, is there gonna be an Ahsoka?
So there's the Mandalorian's gonna get 2 spin-offs, Rangers of the New Republic and Ahsoka. So both of those are coming.
So Ahsoka will be your show. You're gonna be just like Ahsoka is Vincent's character. Like, he loves.
I love Ahsoka. That she's like
his fave.
Yeah.
Above Luke or under Luke?
At this point, it's above Luke.
Above Luke, I figured. Yeah, she's his character.
And I don't know if it's because she's not a Jedi anymore, or does she become a Jedi through this again after the fact?
Or does it prove to us that you can always be a Jedi in a way, and that you don't necessarily have to follow the ways, the religion, like, you can still like uphold some of the beliefs and stuff, but and you can still feel the Force and be one with the Force, and so it'll be interesting to see. I think it's a great year for you and I as far as Star Wars goes, because I absolutely love Vader, Obi-Wan, Rey, but she's not getting her own series. She's like not doing Star Wars anymore. But anyway, I love Rey. I know people are over her, but I love her so much.
Well, they were talking about doing an animated with Rey.
Yeah. To see where she goes after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Some of us care, Stuart.
Nobody cares.
Some of
But
us care.
they're even going back, and they're going to redo the last 2 movies.
They're stuck in this time
They're
period
recutting
where Star Wars was good. Well, the part of being good. Just past Empire to a little bit, and that's it. That's all they can do. Yeah.
If they can recut the last 2 movies...
I don't know why the last 2 movies needed to be recut. I thought they were great just the way they were.
Cut Rey completely out of it, that would be good.
I loved Rey. And I cried every time I watched it. I cried about Luke. I don't care what anybody says. And I love the connection that she had to Ben Solo.
But they could have given... I think Luke had a bigger part than he did. That was cut out by Kathleen Kennedy.
Oh, well, I don't know. I loved it.
So all that stuff that they pulled out, they want to like put it back in.
I loved it. I don't care what anybody
says. Fix it. Make it even better.
I love everything Star Wars, except I didn't like that Resistance cartoon. And Rebels was okay.
Yeah, I still can't get into that. I keep trying to get into that resistant thing, and it's just like I don't care.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I gotta keep watching it, I guess.
Maybe. Let's just go back and watch Clone Wars again because it was so good. We'll watch it again. It was so good. Yeah. So I
It was the
can't wait to see their little
best.
spin-off that they're gonna do from that one.
So, talking about other spin-offs, well, there's gonna be it's kind of like a prequel to um, Rogue One, which is Andor, which is kind of like what happened to Cassian Andor
Mm-hmm.
before Rogue One.
Yeah. And I'm not as interested in all of the like war stories.
I
know
really
a lot of
I
people-
really liked Rogue One.
Yeah, you did, and I didn't. I was not. That was one that I was not interested
Mhm.
in. Not that I didn't like it. It just wasn't for me. I just didn't make any connection to any of the characters or anything, and I was like, yeah, what's whatever. It's cool. So
Oh, Steve's on. He says Fantastic Four is just okay, but it has so much potential if it's done right. That's the thing. I don't think anyone has done it right.
it's cursed. The voodoo curse has been put on the Fantastic Four.
The very first one was decent.
With Jessica Alba.
Yeah.
And Chris, what's his name?
Mhm.
Who's really Captain America?
Mhm.
It was okay. It was only we thought it was okay because it was one of the first.
Yeah.
Superhero-ish movies that we got.
But the new reiteration, they try to go and do how it happened in the comic book, but they pick the wrong people to be those characters. I didn't see any of them as any of those characters.
I don't know. I haven't loved any of them so far, so we'll see. Any word on any X-Men stuff? X-Men kind of got put on the shelf and started growing dust for a while.
I don't think X-Men is not Disney though.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
20th Century Fox. There's some.
But it's not in Marvel's wheelhouse.
Yes, it is. They own it all now.
Since when?
Since they bought 20th Century Fox.
Oh.
Yeah.
There is some X-Men stuff coming up in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. There's some X-Men ties in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That one's a series?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and aren't they doing a Doctor Strange movie also?
They are.
Yeah.
And supposedly they've talked to a lot of the big X-Men characters to play the character one more time. Like Hugh Jackman
Oh, yeah.
and Patrick Stewart and a few others. Because they're trying to tie everything together nicely. So they can say, oh yes, these movies did exist in our timeline, but we kind of destroyed them. Multiverse stuff.
Multiverse. We can explain everything away with
They
the
also
multiverse.
have another series coming up, Lando. So is it Lando before or is it Lando after?
Is it going to be Glover?
Or is it after because they kind of like hint at something at the end of the last movie that him and the other girl were gonna go search for something. So I don't know.
I don't know.
So, well,
I don't know how interested I am in seeing a series about Lando. We'll see how
It's
they do
the
it.
same guy that played the person in Solo. He was pretty good.
Isn't that Glover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as he's doing the acting and there's plenty of capes, it'll be cool.
It's all about the capes.
It will.
You know, sometimes you need a cape.
Lando gets a cape. Lando gets a new cape.
Lando has an attitude. Lando's kind of like Han Solo. Kind of getting in trouble, kind of getting out of stuff. He's kind of like that.
Yeah, but with capes.
But with a cape.
So some mentions for 2023. Rogue Squadron, the movie, is going to be coming out in 2023, and that's going to be like X-wing stuff, fights.
Yeah.
Top Gun type maybe
Right.
in space.
That's your next leading. Top Gun's next year too.
Yeah. Top Gun.
Right, with Tom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he can.
Because
And
he
there's
can.
actually another movie that's actually gonna.
Let's hope it's better than Bill and Ted's.
It's actually not titled, but it's by Takaki Watiti. The one where they punch the baby. That director.
Oh, that director.
From The Mandalorian.
The guy that played Hitler in JoJo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He also directed Thor.
That was
right?
a funny movie.
Yeah, Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
He did
That's
do
right.
Ragnarok. Yeah.
So
I love Ragnarok. So
There you
yeah, anything he's golden. Anything he does is golden for me. So.
So I wonder what he's working
Well, I
on.
don't know. We're only supposed to be talking about 2021. It's the things we want 2021.
Well, they didn't say when it's
Did
coming
you,
out though,
aside from
because
what
it's already been
Disney's-
developed.
Aside from what Disney's bringing us in 2021 and Marvel and Star Wars and everything, have you seen anything? So Vincent and I started watching The Swamp Thing because we
Mhm.
caught it on cable, and we thought we were recording like the very first one because we had heard that it was coming out. But apparently it came out in 2019.
It came out in
and
2019,
we didn't
yeah.
realize it. So then we had to go back and like pay for some back episodes because we couldn't get them on cable. And we really like it. We really enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I haven't. Well, it's not gonna get picked up, but then it might get picked up by the CW and made some more, and I don't know. So if you haven't seen The Swamp Thing and you like DC, or if you just like a good storyline, watch it so that maybe they'll have some incentive, because Vincent and I would like to see it some more. We would like to see it flesh out. I haven't heard anything if they're doing like a new Doom Patrol. The Titans, the Teen Titans that we saw, the live action.
I mean, they're supposed to be doing that and doing Titans, making you serious for that. I don't know when they're coming out though. For Disney, animation and Pixar,
there's like 566,000 movies coming out. Yeah.
Raya the Last Dragon is coming out in next year. And I think everything is after.
Oh, okay. So speaking of
That.
Disney,
Uh-huh.
because we did this whole thing about Mulan, I feel like we have to talk about Mulan just a little bit.
So we saw Mulan.
So we finally
saw it.
because it was free. Vincent was finally like, okay, we'll watch it, and I was like, okay, whatever, we'll watch it. However, I'm just gonna be totally honest here. I was being a petulant child. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I was. I can fully admit that right now. So the movie's on, and I'm like, I don't want to watch this stupid movie.
Yeah,
There's no singing. Where's Mushu? I don't like it that the cricket's a boy and not a cricket. I don't want to watch this stupid thing. Where's my songs? I want to sing along. I need a song. I don't like it. So I was being a butt the whole time.
Yeah.
So
Big time.
in retrospect, I actually think I kind of enjoyed it. So I need to go back and watch it again, but I need to watch the animated one first so that I can sing along. Which Vincent was super glad that none of the songs were in it because he hates it when I sing along to the movies, and then I do
Because
it
I want
for
to
like
hear the movie.
he wants to hear the movie, and then I sing the songs for like days on end, and then but I don't know all the words to the songs, I don't remember them, so I only sing certain parts of the songs. And then I sing the same like one little section of the song that I remember like over and over and over and over and over again. And that drives him nuts too. So he was like super giddy and like really happy that Mulan didn't have any singing in it.
Well, they were playing background music.
Yes, they were playing the background music
were playing
in
the background
movie
music,
that
yeah.
was the music from the original movie.
Yeah.
And it was really nice that Ming Na was in there and that she got a cameo because she's the original voice.
Because she's the original voice,
for Mulan.
yeah.
Yes, and I just think she is just one of the most beautiful people on the she's one of the only reasons why I continued to watch Agent Shield with you, even though it was trash. Like, I just
Last
really-
season was trash.
Yeah.
The last 2 seasons were trash.
I just really love her. She's just like so beautiful, and she's to me, I think she's a really good actress. So it was real sweet to see her get to have her little cameo in there at the end of the movie. But yeah, and I was a little like they took a different direction, and their commander is older, so Mulan doesn't have Li Shang as her commander, and she doesn't get to fall in love with him. So they took some liberties with it, which I know they do that with all of the animated to live action. They do take some liberties with it. So I don't know. I think I need to watch it again before I make a final decision, because I didn't
It's
love it, but I
its
didn't
own
hate it.
thing.
Yeah, and I really liked Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and
Yeah.
it's made in that style.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think if I had watched it, because some of her scenes and the acrobatics that she does and her precision and stuff that she supposedly has, is kind of beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And they do turn the Huns, the hawk is actually a magical woman. So I thought that was interesting. But she had some good depth, and then they kind of chopped her depth up kind of bad at the end. So I wish they would have played that out just a little bit differently.
That I didn't quite grasp the Phoenix thing.
They think they were trying to replace like Mushu in a
Yeah.
way, and that kind of didn't play out really well either. So there were a couple of things that I think that they could have done better, but overall, I think if I wasn't being petulant, I would have liked it. So it's watchable.
Yeah. So there's a new movie set in Colombia with music written by Lin-Manuel Miranda that's in development right now called Encanto.
Oh, cool! I want to see. I'm hoping.
So
that
if you liked Hamilton,
well, he's got that other one that's coming out that they've pushed back a bazillion times now too, and I'm hoping will come out in 2021. It's called The Heights or something like that.
mm-hmm.
Where it's a musical. I love a musical. I have a problem with musicals. I love a musical, but and it's about kind of like living in the Bronx and being poor and like being part of that dynamic and everything. So it looks really cute. If you like Hamilton, just by the way, FYI, one of my students showed me today that there is like an anime style Hamilton on YouTube that you can watch. It's broken down into sections. It's really, I thought it was really well done. And so if you like Hamilton, you like anime, that's, it's kind of a good kind of mashup, good juxtaposition, and I thought they did a really cute job with it. So we were watching that.
So out of all of these, now that we've listed all of them and talked about
Obi-Wan
all of them, Ahsoka's mine.
I'm like,
Ahsoka's mine.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No,
I'm actually looking forward to WandaVision.
Obi-Wan Kenobi is gonna be right up there with it.
Yeah.
I think I'll watch WandaVision, but I don't know how I feel about it.
You really like Paul Bettany most of the time, though, so
I do like him, yeah.
I like Paul Bettany too. He has some acting chops, so I think we'll like WandaVision. I'm predicting that we'll like WandaVision, and it sounds like we're gonna really like that animated.
I peed right next to Paul Bettany.
Next to Paul Bettany at the museum. I think we'll like What If as well.
Yeah.
I think that's one that we'll enjoy as well. So I'm excited because we do tend to like to watch TV and movies and stuff. So I'm excited for all the things that we get in 2021, especially if we're going to still be in our houses for a while. So give us something to do. Yay, Disney. Bring us stuff to do.
Yeah. We'll watch it all on Disney Plus.
That's right, because we have it.
And you'll be able to watch Pinky and the Brain because they're merging Disney Plus and Hulu very soon.
Yeah,
and I really
that's another thing. I heard that the Disney Plus it's increasing its price to $8 a month, starting in March next year.
Well, I really need them to absorb the Discovery stuff too, because I don't understand why Discovery needs its own streaming channel. Like, get in and just be part of something else. I don't get the whole.
Do it all.
There you go. 2021, we're looking forward to the streaming wars where everybody takes over everybody else.
Yes. The conglomerates.
So let us know what you want to watch next year in the comments. and we'll do that. Like I said, I'm really excited about Ahsoka. What about you, Stuart?
None of what you listed. Because there's other things that are happening next year, like Ghostbusters, and the new Matrix, and a new Mortal Kombat movie, and a new Halloween movie,
Oh, a new John Wick too.
and a new John Wick.
Love John Wick. I love me some John Wick. We just watched all three of those. the
Yeah.
other day.
King Kong versus Godzilla.
Nice. Nice.
Bringing back the old stuff. They're pandering to us.
And the
Sorry.
and the Kingsman.
Yeah, that one looks
That
good.
one looks good too.
That one looks good.
But
So
I
that
think
would
they're
be
going to
fun.
milk that series really badly. They've already said we're doing another 3, and we've got a TV series and another TV series, and
I'm just worried about them not bringing things to the theater. That's my biggest concern because I really do like a theater.
yeah, I miss the theater.
I
Really
miss the
badly.
theater. Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to the vaccine in
And
2021.
please let Wonder Woman
hopefully.
be released on Christmas Day because I'll go watch
It's
it.
going to. It's going to be released.
We'll see.
But thanks for checking us out. Really appreciate it. Like I said, if you haven't left any comments, let us know what you want to see next year. And we'll talk about it later next year. But thanks for checking us out. I'm Vince.
I'm Colleen and that's Stuart.
Geek out, SA.